For all the participants, if you would like to use the virtual background, we will provide the background on the chat box. Please kindly download it and use it as your virtual background. Untuk Akang Teteh, mohon untuk menyalakan kameranya ya. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin wassalatu wassalam ala asrofil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain amma ba'du. Good morning and welcome to our very first guest lecture in 2023 with our distinguished guest, Mr. Hun Ravy M.Ed from BTech or Battambang Teacher Education College, Cambodia, who will be talking about emerging trends in the ICT-enabled teaching learning process. We appreciate your taking time of your busy schedules to join us this morning. My name is Fitri Nur Aini, and today I will be the master of ceremony for this special occasion. I am very happy and very delighted to be the host of this wonderful event today. It is such a great opportunity for all of us to discuss with and acquire insightful knowledge from our guest lecturer. First of all, allow me to extend our warmest greetings to the Head of Elementary Teacher Education, Dr. Hafiziani Eka Putri M.Pd, our distinguished guest lecturer, Mr. Hun Ravy M.Ed, all lecturers from Elementary Teacher Education, and also all participants of this event. Ladies and gentlemen, as we know already, within the last few years, we have witnessed a dramatic change in the teaching and learning process. The way students are being taught today is very different from the teaching methods that were adopted a few decades back. Technology has brought about various changes in the way education is delivered and received. Therefore, I think all of us will agree that the development of technology makes a considerable impact on the learning and teaching methodologies. Thus, this guest lecture, which is initiated by Bu Nenden, aims to encourage future elementary school teachers to realize the trends in the use of ICT within the teaching and learning process. Before we begin with the agenda, I'd like to introduce you to our detail of the agenda today. The first is the opening, And then the second is the welcoming speech from our department head. And then it is continued with the presentation from our honorable guest lecturer, Mr. Hun Ravy. And then there is a photo session, and the final agenda is closing. All right, without any further ado, to all the participants, we are going to listen to the opening speech delivered by our head of elementary teacher education program.
Recording in progress.
Please welcome Dr. Hafiziani Eka Putri M.Ed.
Baik, apakah suara Ibu terdengar?
Terdengar, Bu.
Alhamdulillah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning. Yang saya hormati Bapak Direktur UPI Kampus Purwakarta, yang saya hormati Bapak Wakil Direktur UPI Kampus Purwakarta, yang saya hormati Bapak Ibu dosen PGSD UPI Kampus Purwakarta, dosen-dosen di PGSD UPI Kampus Purwakarta, dan terkhusus lagi untuk Ibu Nenden Permas Matunisa M.Ed, MA M.Pd, dan Ibu Fitri Nuraini M.Pd yang sudah menginisiasi terjadinya kegiatan guest lecture ini, dan tentunya para mahasiswa PGSD UPI Kampus Purwakarta yang selalu Ibu banggakan. And whom I respect for Mr. Rafi Hun. Thank you for your coming, thank you for your time, and thank you for your knowledge that will your share in our students. Thank you. Thank you. And maybe selamat datang untuk para mahasiswa ataupun para dosen dari universitas lainnya yang mungkin hadir pada Zoom pada hari ini. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Puji syukur senantiasa kita panjatkan kehadirat Allah Subhanahu wa taala, karena atas berkat rahmatnya Allah kita masih diberikan kesempatan untuk bersama-sama bertemu di ruang Zoom ini. Tentu mari kita bersama-sama memperbaiki niat kita bahwa segala sesuatu yang kita lakukan semata-mata mengharapkan keridhaan Allah Subhanahu wa taala. Ada pepatah yang mengatakan galilah ilmu ya sampai ke negeri seberang. Nah, hari ini kita punya kesempatan belajar dari Mr. Rafi Hun ke Cambodia ya. Beliau dari institusinya Battambang Teacher Education College ya, from Cambodia. Baik Bapak dan Ibu, tidak berlama-lama, mari kita bersama-sama membuka acara ini dengan membaca basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Semoga kegiatan pada hari ini menjadi kegiatan yang diberkahi oleh Allah Subhanahu wa taala. Semoga kegiatan pada hari ini benar-benar membuat kita bertambah keilmuannya gitu ya, dan mampu memanfaatkannya bagi orang-orang di sekitar kita. Mungkin demikian yang bisa saya sampaikan pada pagi hari ini. Saya tutup dengan permohonan maaf yang sebesar-besarnya jika penyelenggaraan acara ini nantinya mungkin akan banyak kurangnya, mohon dimaafkan karena kami hanya mampu berusaha dan berdoa gitu ya, semoga kegiatan pada hari ini bisa berjalan dengan lancar. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Bu Eka, for the opening speech. Okay, for your information, For those who become the participant in this guest lecture will be given e-certificate. Therefore, please stay tuned until the end of the guest lecture. There will be a presentation and also followed by discussion so that we can acquire insightful knowledge from Mr. Hun Ravy. Later on, there will also attendance to be filled, and participants who will get the certificate are those who fill in the attendance later, yeah. Okay, we are now continuing to the next agenda, that is to hear the lecture which will be delivered by Mr. Hun Ravy, M.Ed, and it will be moderated by our beautiful lecturer, Ibu Nenden Permas Hikmatunisa, M.Pd, M.A. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ibu Nenden Permas Hikmatunisa.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Fitri, for your opening speech, and Miss Eka also for the opening for our today agenda. And then for 1 hour and a half ahead, maybe I can lead you to our session. And before that, I will introduce you to our guest lecturer. Who is he? And then what his educational background, skill, and something like that. So he is the curriculum vitae for Mr. Hun Ravy. I will read it for you. Maybe I can share screen, Miss Fitri. Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay, I will share the screen.
Sudah dah.
Okay.
Ayat.
Mr. Hun Ravy, he is come from Cambodian, and he born in 1st February 1987. This is phone number, and then this is the email. And you can also know the address for Mr. Hun Ravy. He lives in Battambang City, and he graduated in Master Education in Hiroshima University, Japan. He also teacher with higher education in Informatic Library Management, National Institute of Education, Cambodia. He also graduated in Bachelor Academic in Computer Science, Bright University, Cambodia. And work experience, now he worked in Battambang Teacher Education College in Cambodia since 2021 until now as a Vice Dean of Faculty of Science Education. And he also become a head of Department of ICT since 2019 until 2021. And then he also ever to be ICT teacher educator in the Department of the ICT since 2012 until 2017. And then he also in 2011 as S.1net as a technical support for ISP department. And his educational background, he studied in Hiroshima University for his Master of Education in ICT Education in Japan in 2019. And then he also studied in Liv Academy for Diploma of ICT and Pedagogical Management in Sweden 2015. And he also studied in National Institute of Education, teacher with higher education, Informatic Library Management in Cambodia 2012. And he also studied in Bright University, Bachelor Degree of Computer Science, Cambodia 2009. And he also joined the training. And 2022, he joined the JICA or in Japan. The name of the training is the Project for Establishing Foundation for Teacher Education. And then in IDEC in Hiroshima University, Japan for improving quality of basic education since 2017 until 2019. And he also did the training in Life Academic in Uganda for regional pace of ICT and Pedagogical Development Program 2015. And in the same year, he also joined the training for life academic in Sweden for the second phase of ICT and pedagogical development program. And for IFF and UC for Yacht's leadership education program since 2009 until 2010. So many training he joined, wow. And he also has the skill for provision in user as a user of Microsoft tools, Google Apps, computer networking, introduction of network, Windows Server, and also introduction to Linux OS, MikroTik, MCNA, CCNA1, and CCNA2, graphic design and video editing. ICT for teaching and learning, ICT for assessment, and assessment for ICT learning. And also he qualified in research methodology, quantitative and qualitative data analysis, action research, and educational research. And the language, his mother tongue is Khmer. Is it true, Mr. Rafi? Khmer, and the English fluently speaking in English. So that's all for the curriculum vitae. For Mr. Hun Ravy, so let me to welcome to Mr. Hun Ravy. So good morning, Mr. Hun Ravy.
Yes, good morning, Eden.
Yeah, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm good. Okay.
Opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have already read your curriculum vitae. So maybe now the time is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Nandan. Yes, good morning, everyone. Yeah, as introduced by Nandan, my name is Hun Ravy from Cambodia. Thank you for this opportunity for sharing experience. Yeah, together we can discuss what we have now regarding the ICT in education. Let me share screen.
Yes, please, sir.
Can you see what I'm sharing?
Yes, it's clearly seen.
Yes, my name is Hun Ravy, and this is my contact. Today, I would like to present about emerging trend in the ICT in the board teaching learning process. As we struggle worldwide by pandemic of COVID, so I think all of you got been that you use ICT for your teaching and learning for this few years. As in Cambodia, it happened the same situation. For this morning lecture, you will understand the concept of ICT in education, identify and describe the 5 key emerging trends in the ICT in the board teaching learning process, analyze the advantages and disadvantages of each emerging trend in education. See. Yes, ICT making dynamic change in society. Yeah, and we could see the change more in education as teacher and student are getting more opportunity to adapt the teaching learning needs of an individual with each. Like today, I can share what I'm talking and sharing to you all through ICT as well. Even we are not in Indonesia and in Cambodia, but we can connect. ICT provide tool for educational change and reform. But the effective use of ICT, it and integration is really a challenge. We have track goal for using and integrate it in education, and we have provide training again and again, and through different platform to our staff and also students to integrate ICT in education effectively. So what is ICT? So I think you have some idea regarding the ICT. So I have, sorry, I would like to know from you, how do you define ICT? That you can type from chat, or you can answer. Maybe through chat is better. Oh, our sensei is here as well. Good morning, sensei from Cambodia.
Good morning, Sensei.
Are you talking about me?
Yes, sensei.
Hi, Ravi-san, good morning.
Good morning, sensei.
Hello, all the attendants. Actually, I'm working for Hokkaido University of Education, and I met Ravi-san in Japan several times for his JICA training. So I know he is a specialist of ICT. Of course, ICT is information technology, and due to the COVID-19, everyone received the benefits of ICT. But actually, there is a gap between the people who have a good command of using ICT and the other people who are left behind. So information technology, so ICT is strongly connected with technology and IT skills, I think. I'm not a specialist.
Yeah, thank you, sensei, for sharing.
Mhm.
I think other participant can express what you know regarding the ICT through the chat if you cannot speak.
May I, Mr. Rafi
Yeah,
Juan?
thank you.
Based on my understanding, ICT related to digital platform use in the teaching and learning process, or anything related to a computer. Yeah, maybe that's my thought.
Yeah. Our other, yeah, we are waiting for your response.
Nyam cete ibu teh kali itu nyamperkeun ngagosip di ditu.
Mungkin untuk Akang Teteh bisa menjawab apa itu ICT katanya. Anggi mungkin atau karena dalam bahasa Indonesia boleh nanti ditranslate.
Okay, I want to try to answer the question.
Yeah, good.
Okay, ICT is important in education because ICT can impact student learning when teachers are digitally literate and understand how to integrate it into curriculum. That can make the education learning is flexible, can do at home and anywhere gitu. Like that. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Anggi.
So yeah, we got a response from several participants. So regarding the ICT, it have a broad meaning, and yeah, ICT span a wide varieties of areas such as process, software, process software, hardware, programming language, system design, and many. ICT is use of computers and software to manage information. And yes, ICT responsible for storing, protecting information, processing information, transmitting, and later distribute those information when necessary. Yes, it is a big image of ICT. Let us observe some definition defined by like UNDP. ICT defined as a basically information handle tool. A variety set goals, application, and services that are used to produce, store, process, distribute, and exchange information. Also, UNESCO defined ICT as a scientific, technological, and engineering discipline and management technique used in handling information and application and association with or social, economic, and cultural matter. So, from all the view of this definition, we conclude that ICT is often associated with computer-assisted technologies, and ICT also an information handling tool, or ICT is a resource which is used to communicate effectively. So ICT has become a mean that have changed many aspects of the way we live, and also in all aspect of education as well. So through this picture, you can see what are they doing. It is an image of a student who sit on a chair and watch the screen of their laptop. Like, yeah, maybe a girl, yeah, she is looking her teacher, maybe a teacher explain the lecture, maybe something like mathematics class. Yeah. Not only her, but her her classmate as well. Yeah. So by merging the trend of ICT in the board teaching learning process, it is important for all of us as a teacher and student to get the benefit from ICT. Keeping up with the latest technologies and trends can help educators to better engage and motivate students. Developing ICT, especially technologies, is a fast step. Yeah, today we can see what ICT can contribute to education and also our life as well. Yeah, it can help to bridge the digital divide and provide access to education for students in remote and underserved, and can help to close the gap of educational opportunity like Isimiri Sensei mentioned. Yeah, it is very important. Even people with disability, yeah, and even they are stay in remote area and they cannot access the school directly, so they can use ICT through different ways. Yeah, I will mention later about the way that they can learn through ICT. So the first is blended learning. Blended learning is it is not new for us, but there are many methods for blended learning. Blended learning is a model of teaching and learning that combine traditional classroom instruction with online learning. Speaking of this, I talking about context of Cambodia. Yeah. During COVID-19, we use as the experience of my college, we use Google Classroom, and then student can learn through this by teacher upload the material, provide quiz, and some assignment for student, so they can learn through Google Classroom. It is a good way at that time. And when they have chance to meet face-to-face with teacher, yeah, when they have chance to meet face-to-face, they can do practice or do the experiment with the labs mate, and also it is kind of face-to-face lecture with their teacher as well. It can take a several forms, such as a flip classroom model, rotation model, or flex model, depending on mix of online and face-to-face interaction. Maybe you have known about some of the model. Can someone tell me about flip classroom? Hello.
Ada yang tahu nggak tentang flip classroom? Mungkin dari Akang Teteh, Bapak Ibu.
Yes, I have an idea.
Yes, thank you, Sensei.
Yeah, actually, some years ago, Japanese high schools, flipped classroom was a kind of fashion. Some teachers tried to conduct flipped classroom models to improve students' active learning. So, for example, teacher in advance, teacher provides some tasks to the student who are engaged in their learning at home. Maybe they get information and prepare for the lesson. And then they will bring some information that they checked at home, maybe using the computer. And in the classroom, they share the information they have gathered in advance, mostly at home, and then share and explain, giving some lectures from students to students. And then teacher gave some advice or gave some feedback to stimulate their learning. So it's a kind of student-centered learning, I think.
Yeah, thank you, Sensei. Yeah, thank you for sharing, Sensei. So flip classroom, it is a good way, like Sensei mentioned. Yeah. Like I talk about Google Classroom, it is a sample of a flip classroom that implement which a teacher can provide some material for student to read or to live video to check, and then later on they can meet the teacher face to face and they can do those activity. Yeah, it is a useful way that promote like Sensei mentioned about student center. Yeah, so they can have idea before they come to the class. They have preparation and they know need to sit on the table and listen to the teacher. Yes, so it is important that we can use it as it is a digital age, that we have a very functional ICT, yeah, that we can access. Now I will go next about blending learning. Yeah, maybe you can know about advantage of blended learning. The advantage it is increased student engagement and motivation. Yeah, it provides chance for students to do the research, to practice, to discuss, and yeah, improve flexibilities and convenience. Yeah, through online, they can access anywhere, anytime, and depend on their ability. Yeah, it is flexible for them, and even they no need to come to school to sit for whole lecture. They just check the content practice before the class start. Yeah. Personalized learning experience. Yeah, it is promote share learning. Yeah, and enhance collaboration and teamwork. Through class management platform, they have chatbot. They can discuss with their team or with the whole class discussion, and they can provide some experience regarding their existing knowledge to specific topic with provided by their teacher. Yeah. Improve learning outcome. Yeah, because of it is the way that it can promote student center, so it is fruitful for improving learning outcome of student. However, there are some advantages of blended learning. Yeah, even it have some advantage, but there is disadvantages. So picking out instructor may not be properly trained to design and deliver an effective blended learning experience. So it can leading to a sub-optional experience for student. So teacher is very important for leading, facilitating the class activity, and they have a well preparation as well. Some students may not have access to the necessary technology or internet connectivity to participate in a blended learning environment, and it leading to an unequal learning experience. Yes, I think it most happen in developing country where the internet cannot provide to everywhere, especially a remote area, and the poverty when the student cannot afford to buy those equipment like smartphone, tablet, or computer. That is a challenge for them. Blended learning requires a significant amount of planning and coordination between online and in-person component, which can be time consuming and challenging for instructor, just like I mentioned before. A teacher need to plan, and preparation for the use of ICT in the class. So need teacher proficiency in ICT, and they can prepare before the class in advance. So through the use of ICT, each country, especially developing country like Cambodia, we try to train teacher about how to use of ICT and integrate ICT in their teaching and learning, and also for research as well. How about in Indonesia? It is happen as well, or it is not the same as in Cambodia? Can I hear from yours?
Yeah, maybe in
Hello?
Indonesia. Hello, am I audible?
Yeah. I heard.
In Indonesia, we also have problems, especially in remote area, since we are a very broad country. So in many of Indonesian area, it is still difficult for schools to have a proper facilities, including the tools of the technology, also with the internet connection. So in some cases, I think it's the same with yours in Cambodia.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. Now we go to mobile learning. It is another trend which is we are using, and we have to know to get advantage and benefit from mobile learning. Mobile learning enables learner to access educational content on their mobile device anytime, anywhere. Yes, student and teacher, especially adult, they have mobile phone, and also it is the most phone is a smartphone, so they can use for communication, for learning, and teacher can provide some tasks or introduce some app that benefit for their subject. In Cambodia, I teach one course about technology for meaningful learning as well for our year 2 student teacher, and they are from different subject like math, and chemistry, biology, and physics. So we provide them a chance to do research by group. It is kind of assignment, and they can bring a lot of application, especially mobile application that useful for their subject, especially for science. It kind of visual lab. Yeah, it is useful for them when they graduate, and More of them work at a rural school, so don't have in Cambodia don't have laboratory for science. Just a few school in the city they have, and so they can use all of this application for their teaching and learning as well. Yeah. Some application free and some application have to purchase. This approach is particularly useful for learner, yeah, who are busy or have limited access to traditional learning environment. Yeah, through mobile learning, they can access anywhere, anytime, practice more and more to gain the knowledge and to master the content of the lesson as well. For example, mobile learning application can be used to teach language skill and provide access to online courses or have students prepare for exam. Yeah, for like English test, there are many applications on mobile phone that they can prepare it, practice it in different level. With the advantages of mobile learning, like mentioned above, anytime, anywhere, access to learning material. Yeah, because of there are many developers around the world, they develop those mobile applications, and it is benefit for the student can use it. Yeah. Increase engagement and motivation. When they know what they have to do, they will enjoy do it, and they will not mean that not fail it. Yeah. For personal learning experience as well, yeah, like blended learning. And also engage collaboration and communication. And also improve learning outcome. It is the kind of the way that promote self-directed learning as well. Yeah. They can do it by themselves through their mobile phone or template. However, there are some disadvantages of mobile learning. It is about mobile device can be a source of distraction for students, leading to decreased attention and focus on learning activity. I would like to share about contact in Cambodia. Even students can use phone, but some school not allow students to bring smartphone to the class. So they cannot use it. They just use it outside the classroom. However, they can research or practice outside classroom as well before they have class. When they stay at home and everywhere, I think they can use it. Some students may not have access to mobile device or reliable internet connection, leading to unequal access to mobile learning opportunity. Yes, because of it related to the internet. So like in Cambodia or Indonesia, we have the same problem like remote area. The internet not provide adequately, and for poor family, they cannot afford to buy a mobile phone, a mobile device for using for communication and also for learning as well. So it is the challenge. For small screen size, yeah, like iPhone and other phone, the size of the screen not big because the phone is for communication, the main purpose, not for reading a, a book or like a computer screen. Yeah, it is big enough for reading, for watching. Sometimes they spend much hour per day on screen. They can affect to their health as well. The third is gamification. It is use of game elements such as point, back, or leaderboard in non-game instant, non-game context such as educational to motivate and engage learner. Like you see in the picture, the kid, they have a leaderboard for playing game like a quiz which provided by teacher. It can take many forms such as quizzes, simulation, or role-playing game. For example, a quiz game can be created to test a student knowledge of a particular subject, while a simulation can be used to provide hand-on activity. Yeah, like they doing a lab experiment to solve real-world problem. It related to mobile learning as well because it's some kind of related to each other, but gaming is kind of activate their brain to critically solve the problem related to content of the lesson. It is better than just play game for game only. So for advantages of gamification include like increasing engagement and motivation. It is good for like from preschool to can be high school. This is good for applying this trend because a kid like to play, and through the play we can get a benefit to let them practice what they learn to increase their knowledge and experience as well, lead to improve the problem solving skill of the student as well. Yeah, it also enhance learning experience, personalized learning experience, and improve collaboration and teamwork. So through the use of ICT, we noted that enhance learning experience, personalized learning experience, and collaboration and teamwork is promoted through the use of ICT. So it is important to integrate ICT in teaching and learning. However, these disadvantages also have like over reliant on gamification can lead to a focus on reward and point rather than actual learning outcome. Yeah, when especially children, they just want to win, but they will disappointed when they lose. So they just want to win. It is not focused on learning. So you have to be careful with this and try to lead them to get the benefit of this trend. Some students may not be motivated by gamification and maybe find it trivial or unengagement. If they don't want to play the game for the learning, they might be don't want to use it to play it. There is a risk of reinforcing negative stereotype about gaming and encouraging excessive screen time. Yeah, small kid, if they let them to play and you look at the screen much hour per day, they will affect to their health and also their attitude as well. So it is need to be controlled. Another trend is adaptive learning. Adaptive learning, you can see through the picture. Yeah, it start from learner who tracking of there's a system tracking of learner behavior, and the system will analyzing the knowledge level, and then they will categorize those learner and presentation or modification level of material. Symbolizing cycle. Adaptive learning is an approach that uses technology to personalize the learning experience for each student based on their individual learning needs and preference. Yeah, for a whole class of like suppose 25 of students, not all students are smart enough to catch up all the content what teacher want them to get. Some students may be slow learner. So this adaptive learning, it is very important for those atmosphere. It can be like a system which analyze through providing a test to where the student can do any grade and like level. The system will check if they can do it for higher. The question or quiz will provide higher and higher. When the student cannot do, it will stop, something like that. So it can take the form of intelligent tutoring system or online courses or educational games. This approach can be particularly useful in large classrooms where it may be difficult for teacher to provide individualized attention to each student. So by using ICT to support this trend, it is important. In countries as Cambodia, some school, especially primary school, can be 50 students, it is a big class. So if the use of adaptive learning is provided, I think it is better for teacher can control their student as well. 50 students is a big number. And okay, I would like to know as well in Indonesia, normally how many students for primary school in one class?
Normally, it's 28 students per class in
Oh.
public school.
Oh.
It depends actually. If in private school, the number is smaller.
But some of the school also in here still 30 something, 35 until 35.
50, oh, the same.
35, yeah.
So,
But
35.
Yeah, but the average may be 25 until 28, yeah, from the government.
Yeah, it should be like that in Cambodia as well. It should be like that. But in not the big class not happen in rural area. It is happen in the city because many students, many people live in the city, and the shortage of school. So there are many students in one class that it is very challenge for Cambodia now. So about adaptive learning, yeah, adaptive learning, we can see advantage of adaptive learning, including yeah, like other trend, yeah, personalized learning environment, engagement and motivation, improve learning outcome, and also enhance feedback and support. It is the uniqueness of adaptive learning, because the system will check and provide support for the student who need it, especially for slow learner. They need support. And also improve retention and completion rate. It encourage students to learn and decrease the rate of dropout as well. How about disadvantage? Adaptive learning may rely too heavily on algorithm and may not take into account of human element and of teaching and learning. Yes, because of ICT, it kind of program which developed by human, and it rely on algorithm that they want to check a different way. There is a risk of over reliance on technology, leading to a reduction of face-to-face interaction and personalization. Yeah, I think only ICT can do it fast and provide reliable data. So it need to be ICT to do it. Adaptive learning may not be effective for all students, and there may be some students who prefer a more traditional and non-adaptive learning experience. It seems like not fair because if talking about assessment system, we check for students who slow learner, provide limit of level of the test, and for students who have higher ability, they can do much more tasks. So it is depend on decision making. The last trend is AI. Maybe all of you know about AI, artificial intelligence. Like currently, the foremost like Chat GPT. Some of you may know about Chat GPT, isn't right? So artificial intelligence is the use of computer-based system to perform tasks that typically require human intelligence, such as natural language processing, machine learning, and computer vision. Even it is ICT, but need human to develop what they want to do as well. Chat GPT in Cambodia cannot use it. If we want to use, need to use a VPN. And however, they can use other AI chatbot, but if we use it much, and we will become a lazy person because we rely on it. In education, AI can be used to develop intelligent tutoring system, chatbot, and virtual assistant that can provide personalized assistance to learner and teacher. AI make easy way for students, like they want to know regarding like conducting research or doing literature review. If they want to let AI to answer, they just type and AI will provide all of those information. No need to sit on the chair and read her article one by one. And teacher, if they want to, they don't know how to prepare the lesson, they can also ask chatbot for the answer as well. So AI can also be used to analyze large data set to identify learning pattern and improve teaching and learning outcome as well. So it is very important that teacher can use and understand about all of this trend to get the advantage and to protect some problem for their teaching as well. So for an advantage of artificial intelligence in education, you can see personalized and adaptive learning experience, enhance engagement and motivation, improve learning outcome, increase efficiency and productivity, and also enhance feedback and support. Yeah. But about the disadvantages, there is a risk of over reliance on AI algorithm, which leading to a reduction of human input and decision making in the teaching and learning process. Yeah, when the student they just rely on AI. They not review the lesson for their exam. They just ask the AI to answer for them. It is the problem. A very important thing that teacher need to know about this. It is not like it is not human input. The answer is from AI. And in the end, they cannot make decision making when they are become a worker, or AI may reinforce bias and inequities of the algorithm are not developed and tested with diversity and inclusion in mind. Yes, that it is. There's a risk of students become too reliant on AI and not developing critical thinking and problem solving skills. Yeah. It is a big problem. In Cambodia, I think all over the world, students will rely on AI. So for summary to the lesson today, for emerging trend in ICT in the both teaching and learning process, have the potential to transform education and provide new opportunity for personalized, engaging, and effective learning experiences. And blended learning, mobile learning, gamification, adaptive learning, and artificial intelligence are just a few examples of trends that are changing the ways of teaching and learning. However, integrating emerging trends into teaching and learning practice require carefully planning, coordination, and ongoing evaluation. It needs to be controlled, yeah. And teacher and student must work together, yeah, to select and adapt appropriate tool and resources, and to foster a culture of experimentation and innovation. By embracing emerging trends in ICT in both teaching and learning, we can provide the quality and accessibility of education and prepare learner for the challenges and opportunities of digital age. Yeah, now it is at the end of my lecture, and if there are any question, please raise up, and there's a quiz I will provide through the link, through the chat. Hello?
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Hun Ravy. So you provide the quiz for now directly or wait for the question first?
Yeah, question first.
Okay, question first. Anyone, do you have a question?
We can discuss in which aspect of emerging trend of ICT in teaching and learning. Yeah.
Mr. Rafi. Well, very nice presentation. And I would like to ask some question for you. Yeah, we know that the strategies of ICT use in learning process in Indonesia, especially, I want to tell you that some school in Indonesia, especially in a rural area, prohibit the use of mobile phone at school to avoid the disadvantages of ICT use in learning process. How do you think, and how about your opinion to avoid this condition? Okay,
Yes,
Mr. Rafi, thank you.
thank you for question. Like I mentioned, in Cambodia, also some school habitat for students to bring the phone to the school, but like it kind of have it pro and con of using it. If they don't have student don't have their smartphone in hand during the class, so if teacher provide some task or activity like conduct a quiz or visual experiment in, because some school don't have lab, so it is impossible for them. And however, teacher at the center of the class, the solution, what is in my mind, the solution just a teacher. I think a teacher can provide a whole class demonstration, if possible, for the student as a whole. Yeah, for any task, like if the conducting a visual experiment, the teacher can say student provide through a screen of LCD projector. It is a big screen for student. Yeah, it is just possible for the solution which student cannot bring this ICT like smartphone to the class.
Yeah.
Or you can say about it is another possible way.
Yeah, that's why I asked you, because Indonesia and Cambodia is have several same indicator of our people condition, right? And now I just think in some school in rural area apply the rules that student may bring their mobile phone to the school, but they make a rules. If the teachers need the mobile phone for student accessing the teaching materials, the student may take the mobile phone to the box in the corner of the class maybe, and if they have done their they might to collect it again to the box.
Oh.
So yeah, some school in Indonesia make some regulation like that to avoid the condition maybe. So student is under a teacher's in under teacher's condition for avoid the negative impact of using the mobile phone.
Yeah, thank you so much for
Yeah.
sharing. So it is a good way. Yeah. So teacher need to be inform student in advance, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Rafi,
Thank
for
you.
sharing.
Okay, thank you, Miss Afrida, for your question, and for the Mr. Rafi too. There is another question come up in the chat box from Rifa. From Rifa, he said that I need to ask some question about ICT learning. Today, learning in the classroom is often collaborated with outside in the classroom, so that children who have concrete understanding can learn things directly from the source. Is it possible for the ICT-based learning that can be learning outside the room?
Yeah.
So the question is that.
Yeah. It is possible, like we said about any time, anywhere. Yeah, anytime, anywhere, especially during a pandemic of COVID-19. I think all over the world, we will not left our student behind, and we try to find way to get connection with them through ICT. Yeah. Some our teacher, they know nothing about how to use ICT, but they try, they run how to use it, and they can use it. And as in Cambodia, our Minister of Education, Youth and Sport, he said that we get more advantage of COVID by the use of ICT. Mean that it is around 10 years we get. If normally it mean that next 10 years they will all of our teacher will get this level. Yeah. So but COVID only 3 years. They can use ICT. For the wall, it's next 10 years. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for the answer, Mr. Hun Ravy. And there is another question also from Miss Salwa from UPI Tasikmalaya. For Miss Salwa, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. Is my voice clear?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, I am sorry if my English is not good. My name is Rama Sabila from the Indonesian University of Education of Tasikmalaya, majoring in elementary teacher education. If you look the current limitation, which are very diverse as previously described by Miss Fitri, maybe it's won't be finished, but maybe it's time for us to think about how to maximize learning with ICT and try to improve skill in ICT. And then what are the right and effective initial steps to do in elementary school to change the integration of ICT learning? It's by starting training for student and teacher, or is it learning by doing? Please sharing for that. And then we know that are many modalities and technique in the application of ICT in class. So what is measure of successful learning with ICT integration apart from option of teach out about directed access, mobile, and self-directed, so that later we can measure it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Salwa. Okay, the time for it, Mr. Hun Ravy.
So thank you so much.
So actually, there are two questions. The first question, how to start for the ICT in the elementary school? Is it to training the teacher first, or learning by doing together with the students? And the second question, how to measure the successfulness of integration in ICT in teaching and learning process?
So I will start from question number 1. Yeah, for ICT in primary school, teacher need to know how to use it first. Yeah, because a teacher they train at teacher education college. Like in Cambodia, for 4-year program, they need to attend ICT class from year 1 to year 3, and it is 2 hours per week. So it is 3 years before they becoming a teacher. And ICT not like doesn't like other subject like Windows operating system. It upgrade nearly every year. So teacher not trained at teacher education college not enough. They need to learn by themselves. Like we always said, a lifelong learning. They have to learn how to use, and yeah, primary education is very important as well. ICT also, they have one course like computational thinking. Let's small kid practice some algorithm to be critical thinking skill to develop for kid as well. Yeah. In the state of Cambodia, we integrate ICT course from grade 4, 5, and 6, yeah, for elementary, but not all school implement it just in curriculum, and some school they have ability, they can implement the curriculum. And how about, I forget the question number 2, sorry.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for the answering for first question. So the second question, how to measure the successfulness of the integration of ICT in teaching and learning process?
Yeah, in teaching learning, the measurement, it is important, and I think the most important is learning outcome. When the student they fulfill the learning outcome is very important. The integration, like teaching, we have plan, and we decide the step to integrate which task, and the measurement, to me, I think through the completion of the task, it show the what we have achieved. Yeah. If the measurement of learning the use of ICT should be provided through rubric to check. Yeah, because it is some kind of performance-based learning. But for integration, I think a measurement through the learning outcome, and they can check through completion of the task. I'm not sure I'm right or wrong. Sensei also mentioned as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the answering for Mr. Rafi and Miss Salwa. Do you satisfied with the answer, or you still have a curiosity, another curiosity?
It's enough, Miss. Thank you for your comment and sharing, Mr. Rafi. And thank you and to Miss Ninden.
Yeah, thank you so much for Miss Salwa. And
I saw
one more question. Actually, what? Oh,
in the
pardon?
chat box.
Yeah, in the chat box in here. Miss here. Oh, here in the chat box.
Okay. Here she asked about Chat GPT.
Oh yes. From Anggi said that, I'm sorry, I want to ask the question about ChatGPT as an AI tools. How can a teacher find out that the answer from his student is from the AI or not from himself? Is there a trick to know that? The question from Miss Anggi.
Yeah, it is hard. I think I say hard to because I used to test it about writing literature review, and I check for plagiarism, use online platform, and the result is uniqueness can be 0% or 5% only. So AI can do it, and it is difficult to define. But as we are a teacher of the class, and our student, we can notify or we know the ability of the student. I think to me, I think I can define by the ability is it if the chat use AI like ChatGPT, it is the answers is quite different from the ability. I think it is the problem that we can catch for their cheating. And if like in Cambodia, in Cambodia, if we use ChatGPT or other AI platform to ask for some question, and the answer, the word, if they can translate in Khmer, because in Cambodia the language is Khmer. The translation may be not like what they are thinking. Yeah, it is what the possible way that I can know the answer or AI answer. Okay,
Okay.
okay. How about
Uh,
Sensei?
mm-mm.
Simmery Sensei, she mentioned
Yeah,
about
and Ishimori Sensei also adding maybe adding some of the answer. My concern is about teachers' ICT literacy. I think it is critical that teachers have to control the class and manage the ICT using. If not, the student just rely on the ICT without thinking something deeply with no clear aims. Why use ICT in which situation? What purpose? We need to think effective using. Also, if you use mobile phone or computers at school as learning tools, every student has to have it. Otherwise, there may be a educational gap between the students. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, thank you, Sensei, for your answer. Thank you so much.
Yeah, this is, I think it's a fundamental issue. Fundamental. Yeah, ICT is very useful and powerful educational tool, especially it's very necessary for this digital and globalized age. But actually, we also need to improve our literacy. Yeah, how we can use and utilize ICT properly to enhance the learning. Otherwise, it's very difficult to control the classroom. So I think to improve ICT literacy for the teachers, especially for the students learning in the teacher training college, and also students and pupils learn the skills as well. Otherwise, it's very difficult to foster critical thinking and deep thinking skills. Yeah. That's my concern.
Okay, thank you, Sensei, for your answer. Ada lagi nggak? Okay, thank you so much. Is there another question or any discussion? Maybe. Okay, if there is no someone raising the hand, please. We can.
Me, Miss Indah Amalia.
Okay, Miss Indah. Okay, the time is yours.
Okay, hello, sir. My name is Indah Amalia Putri. I'm a student of Indonesian Education University in Purwakarta, majoring in elementary school education. So what I want to ask is, what skills should we have to applying ICT at learning, and what should we do as a teacher to minimize the impact of mobile learning, such as a healthy eye? Just it. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. For healthy eye, it is important. Yeah, because children if they spend much more time on screen, not affect only their eye, or also their health and the mind growing as well. So teacher and especially parent, yeah, need to control the use of digital device for children at home and even at school. I think for children at school, like our participant mentioned, the school have discipline to control their using. Yeah. And the first answer, sorry, about training ICT. Yeah. Can I hear your question again?
Okay, Miss Indah, do you have any question? Another question maybe, or it's enough?
It's enough, Miss. Thank you, sir, for the answer
Yeah,
and the knowledge.
thank you.
Okay, because the time also is already 9:38, so maybe the next Mr. Hun Ravy has a questionnaire or quiz.
The quiz, yeah.
Quiz. Okay, so everyone can click maybe the form in the chat box. Is it like that, Mr. Hun Ravy?
Yeah.
And fill in
Yeah,
the question.
A few question about what you have learned this morning. Yeah.
Okay, so the time for everyone to fill in the chat box first.
Can you access it, everyone, for Google form that I provide?
Yes, we can. We are now answering the question, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your participation this morning, and especially Isimiri Sensei. Thank you for your time for sharing with us from
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm very glad to see you and also connect to the international teachers online. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ravi-san.
Thank you, Sensei.
Thank you for Rafi-san and Ishimori Sensei to join with us. Thank you so much. So maybe next time we can collaborate in another session, Sensei.
Yes, yeah, we can collaborate with Japanese teachers also.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sensei.
Thank you.
Okay, while waiting for the participant to fill in the quiz from Mr. Rafi, for all the participants, if you would like to get the certificate for joining this guest seminar, please kindly fill in the attendance form, which I send you on the chat box. There are 3 links, so each link is only limited to 100 participants. So if the first link didn't work, you can try the second or the third link.
Okay, everyone, have you filled the questionnaire and the attendance? Okay, I think it's already filled in, and we come to end to our session. Okay, so I think several participants and most of the participants have already filled it. And don't forget to fill your attendance, because in the end of the session, you will get the electronic certificate and it will be sent to your email. And thank you so much for Mr. Hun Ravy, Sensei Hiromi Ishimori, for your sharing about ICT, and then for all participants, ladies and gentlemen, also for your question and answer. This is a great discussion. So let me conclude a little things about our meeting today. So the ICT can be used for us as a tools to make our teaching and learning process easier. And we as a teacher also have to build up our skill in ICT in order to make everything in the is easy and it is important for us also to literate our ICT, and also the student can increasing their skill also in ICT and in teaching and learning process. So thank you so much for all ladies and gentlemen that has already attend our meeting today. So the next I will give it to Master of Ceremony, Miss Fitri. The time is yours.
Thank you very much, Bu Nenden, Mr. Rafi, also Sensei Ishimori for sharing your thoughts and discussion on our interesting topics. So before we come to the end of our agenda, we would like to share our appreciation to Mr. Rafi by presenting the certificate. Please wait for a moment. It's already seen. It is signed by our director, who sadly cannot join with us today, but he sent us his gratitude to Mr. Rafi and also to Sensei for sharing your thoughts in our guest lecture agenda. Later, it will be sent to you, Mr. Rafi, by Miss Nenden, yeah?
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, Sensei, as well.
Okay. Before we end our agenda, let us do our photo session first with all of the participants. Please kindly open your or turn on your camera so we can get all of your faces in one frame. Okay. Okay. I will count. Please give your best smile, everyone. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Another slides. Wait. Please hold on a little. 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you very much for taking picture with us. Okay, what an excellent presentation from our guest lecturer. Also a great discussion between our students in PGSD UPI Purwakarta. There are also other participants coming from other universities aside from UPI. So we really do appreciate your willingness to join our event. Okay, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we now come to the end of our agenda. I am Fitri Nur Aini on behalf of the organizing committee, extending our appreciation to each and every one of you for attending this guest lecture. And also we do apologize for any shortcomings that coming from our event. I hope all of us found this event is informative and insightful. To end this session, let's close together by praying Hamdalah. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Once again, thank you to Mr. Rafi, to Sensei Ishimori. Hopefully, we meet soon in the near future for another collaboration. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, everyone. See you.
Thank you.
See you, Sensei.
It's lunchtime in Japan,
Yes.
12 o'clock.
Okay.
Everybody have a good day. Thank you. Hope to see you again.
Hope to see you again, Sensei.
Bye.
See you.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. See you.
See you.
Yeah,
sir.
see you. We also want to go to Shokudo. Let's go to Shokudo together.
What is Sokudo?
Shokudo is canteen.
Oh.
In Japan language.
Yeah,
Thank you
in front
so
of
much.
Daigaku.
Okay, nice information.
Thank you, Rafi-san. Bye-bye. Udah. Yeah, 2 hours din.
Untuk yang belum mengisi link daftar hadir, silakan diisi ya agar mendapatkan sertifikat.
Terima kasih ya Anggi sama Eko. Makasih ya.
Masih banyak juga Ibu.
Masih ada yang sudah daftar. Kalau aku mau close dulu.